PSG and Villa game, and
I mean, again, we have to go to our predictions.
yeah, predictions. Okay, so which one is the first game?
I think
Uh,
Barca Inter is the first one.
no, it's Arsenal PSG.
Oh, is it? Shit,
Yeah,
my bad,
Arsenal
my bad.
PSG. Arsenal
Oh, yeah,
PSG.
yeah. 12:30
So
for, yeah.
technically it is on 29th, but since we are in India, it's like in the middle of the night, so it's 30th April. So it's technically a Wednesday here, and yeah, so yeah, it's exactly in 1 week. And yeah, so coming to Arsenal PSG, so it's semis are so tight. I don't know what to say. Uh,
I mean, after a long time, I mean, it's not only because Barca is in the semis after a very long time. I
yeah,
am happy because after a very long time, it's difficult to call the semis. Usually, you'll be like, if it's Real and someone else, you'll be like, Real, City and someone else, you'll be like, City. So it's obvious. Here, you
yeah,
actually can't pick an obvious person to go through because it's very difficult.
yeah.
And it's not because
But,
we've been
but
burnt by our quarterfinal predictions. No, it's not because we were almost wrong about that. It's genuinely hard to pick one.
I mean, what the bookies are showing is like they're giving Arsenal close to 50% chance of winning the game.
That's just English
The yeah,
hype.
English bias is there, especially since they beat Madrid. That also adds on to this. So Arsenal will be on the back, like on the expectations, like half the people will be expecting them to win. Especially how under-regarded like the league which PSG plays in, and I don't think anybody watches their this thing to know, and like only thing that's showing is there. And what PSG have to their advantage is that they don't have many games coming up. Other than their cup games coming up, is Arsenal still there in any cup competition?
I don't think so, sir.
I'm not wrong, but still, even then,
I mean, I
Arsenal
don't
are
know.
playing more games.
I haven't been following them much. I'll just look at their schedule.
Yeah, much in the league. Yeah, okay, we'll come back to that. So PSG side, as you all know, since last 2 years, League One has reduced the number of teams to 18. So PSG have already wrapped up the league. The league is already done. They do not need to even look into the games. Even if they lose the rest of the games, also it doesn't matter. And the fact that they have only 34 games, so it's they have more prep time, I would say, and which could also backfire sometimes. But yeah, so compared to that, it is there. So PSG will be definitely, in terms of the support wise or how people see them, they will definitely see them as underdogs because the hype is more around Arsenal, especially since they're a Prem team and the fan base is very huge.
They'll be underdog because no one knows what PSG
No
does.
one does now, especially since like the PSG they know is not the PSG that is now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, completely
completely
different.
completely different, which could actually be a good thing, and good thing for PSG. Like they're not hyping anything up; they're going under the radar, which could actually help them better in this thing. And they had to claw their way back in the season. It's not like through the they're the only team that made it through the playoffs and reached all the way to the semifinals. So they've been through all the difficult this thing. And first playoff itself, first. They cleared it, and they had to immediately face Liverpool, which was like the first, like top of the table team.
And they
At that point,
humiliated them.
yeah, at that point, the toughest team. So, as much as Arsenal feel good about beating Real Madrid at that point, PSG also done that.
PSG is a different
And
beast because
again,
you don't know what they
yeah,
bring.
what they bring, yeah,
And this is such a good team. I mean, I have only watched them when I was bored, so I have seen like a grand total of 6 games of PSG, and this is 6 games that are not the UCL games, just 6 other games. Randomly, I started watching, and they are
yeah,
a very. I mean, I'm just cutting into Jitu's time here, but I'm just saying they are a very, again, like all the other up and coming teams. They're a young team, but this is a team where people like have a point to prove. Kvaratskhelia left and he came here. He has a point to prove. Dembele
Dembele
has
has
been sucking for such a long time. He has a point to prove.
this
Marquinhos has a
is a
point to
golden
prove.
chance to save his career also. So
Exactly, because if he's done now, he's done now. And I mean, he could stay in PSG for the rest of his life. He's a
yeah,
French player, so. And again, PSG are now facing an existential threat because there's another club that has come up in the same city called Paris FC, and that is very.
yes,
That's also
yes,
big money backing and stuff like that. So there are a lot of things that they have to prove right now,
yeah,
and this is Luis Enrique's first big job since he quit Barcelona, and then Spain happened, and this is his first big club job. and he's taken this ragtag team, scrapped, did all the hard work, dragged them through to the semis, and
Yeah.
you can't name one player in this team who's like phenomenal. You like
Everybody did
you
their part.
exactly, you can say Salah is having a generational season, or last season Vinicius deserved the Ballon d'Or. He had a Ballon d'Or season for whatever the fuck all stats those were. But I'm just saying, there's nobody here that you can immediately point out and say that guy is having a generational season. Maybe
Yeah.
Osman Dembele since 2025 started, but other than that, no one player has been phenomenal, blowing people out of the water, getting all the attention. Everyone has been doing a decent job, and
Yeah.
I think again credit to the manager, because Luis Enrique has always been a phenomenal manager, and I mean, with Spain also I did quite well, but I was always in my mind, I had the doubt, especially with how Guardiola has failed this season. I always had because both of them have a very, very, very similar philosophies, at least 90% the same. So I always had it in my mind that if he comes back to a club team, how is he going to cope? What will he be able to do? Are his ideas outdated now? Has football evolved past that point when he won the treble or whatever with Barcelona in 2015, 2014? And again, that Barcelona team had among the best players of that time. The dreaded front three, the
Front
midfield
three.
was stacked. So all of that, and this team has not, I don't even think it's one player close to that level, and they're still here, and they've already wrapped up their league like a month back.
Yeah, it's just
So
done and dusted for them, and yeah. So it's go to Arsenal side also. I don't see anyone standing out. Something that was more a cohesive performance. So I will not go further into this thing because we already talked about the teams. So my
who do you pick?
prediction,
Pick.
yeah, my prediction is going to be leaning towards PSG.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because since everybody else is going towards Arsenal, I would say to go to PSG because like looking at realistically, they have less games, which means less chance of injuries. And Arsenal, even though their league is like almost done, there's still a faint chance that if Liverpool, like, okay, they can push it all the way till the end or something. And PSG's case, everything is done. Only that cup match is remaining. I don't think there'll be a talent. And Arsenal, the problem could be the amount of games that they are going to play. They're going to end up playing more games in this coming weeks. Because the Prem, as you know, is as like 20 teams and 38 games in total. And since the league title is again not done and dusted, yeah. So I will go for that. At least in first leg, PSG are going to win. Second leg is going to be narrow. I'm going in favor of let's say especially first leg, if PSG manage to win it, and then second leg they are playing in home. Whatever we may say about PSG fans, they have one of the best like atmospheres. Like the crowd is very good there, and they generally perform very well at home. And it's definitely like Arsenal fans might be thinking, okay, we've already beaten this team. Okay, this is not the same gravy right now. So I would say 2-1 to PSG advancing to the final. I think their second ever final.
I wish we could disagree. I had already fixed in my mind when I saw it. I'm like, PSG is going through, and I'm not going to give any reasons. PSG are just a better team. I'm sorry for whatever, but I in my opinion, PSG are a better team. I'm not saying they're like world better than Arsenal, because Arsenal have proved that they're more than a capable team and they're a very good team. But
Hey,
in my opinion,
game is going to be tight. Game is going to be tough. I don't think either of us telling like one team is going to blow away as such or something. It's definitely going.
No. I am saying PSG will comprehensively beat Arsenal.
I
I'm not
okay.
saying it'll be close. I am saying it'll be like a first leg at home. I mean, away to Arsenal, they might draw or they might even lose 2-1. But at home, they are going to decimate Arsenal, in my opinion. I am saying aggregate, it would be like a 5-2 or a 5-1 win for PSG. Because at home, they are going to ball out. And again, the pitch in the Emirates Stadium is quite big. And these guys have pacey wingers.
They're very fast. If there's one team that Arsenal cannot beat with their young pace, I would say that is PSG.
And again, I'm not saying PSG's defense is world class or anything, but I'm pretty sure they are set up in quite a day. Because however pacey Arsenal's wingers are, PSG's fullbacks are even faster.
Even faster.
So
Yeah.
that point is
It's like,
negated. Rest of
yeah,
it comes down to their midfield. And in my opinion, however good Odegaard and Rice are, Vitinha is definitely much, much better. In my opinion, again. Vitinha is a very, very good player. And just because we
yeah,
don't see him week in and week out,
yeah,
we don't give him the flowers he deserves. So
yeah.
again, we'll find out who is
Like
right.
instead of like who are to watching right now this video, like instead of like completely like telling, okay, we are biased or we are doing this thing, go and watch some PSG games if you wish, because since like two Arsenal fans at least see how these players are playing, go and watch a few games, and then you'll understand that we are backing our statements with like real performances. So yeah,
If
so we
you
already made, yeah, yeah,
Again, if you look at their midfield, again, I'm not saying it'll be a battle of forwards. This game is extremely midfield dependent.
yeah,
Whoever wins the battle in the midfield is winning this game. And no matter how you put it, Vitinha, I just opened the players list. You look at it, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, João Neves from Benfica.
yeah,
That is a stacked midfield. Warren Zaire, Emery, this guy, that Desiree Doué, he drops in, goes in front. Kvaratskhelia also likes to cut in. They are stacked. I don't know how any team on earth is going to outplay that midfield. I'm not saying these are world class midfielders. That is not what this thing is. I'm just saying their midfield is so well set up. They complement each other so well that it's very difficult to break it down. Not one of their midfielders is like world class or will be in Ballon d'Or shouts. But together as a unit, I think they are among the best, if not the best midfield in the world. And you will understand it when you watch this UCL game. Mark my words when you see it.
yeah. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums up our predictions. So I'm going for a more conservative approach, and Elijah is going for more dramatic
Nuclear. Again,
nuclear
some guy is
approach.
going to come and say you are hating on Arsenal. I am not hating on Arsenal. I have nothing against Arsenal. You're not Real Madrid for me to hate you.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that I think we might have to put this prediction video as a separate video because we've actually talked a lot.
Oh yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. So coming to the, let's say, okay, the tried and tested teams like European, let's say,
Technically, they are tried and tested, but the only experienced team among them both is actually Inter. In the
yeah,
last
it's
5 years,
they are
this Inter team is
consistently
the
like
only team that made it to the knockout phase of the league 3 times,
three
or
times,
at
yeah.
least passed the quarterfinal 3 times in the last five
Quarterfinals three
years.
times, yeah. So they've been the experience is there, and I think it's been almost the same coach for the last 2-3
Yeah,
years also. Simone
same
Inzaghi.
coach and the same core of players. It's not changed drastically.
So what I would say about this game is like it's going to be completely different from that game where the two teams are just going to go all out and this thing. This is going to be a battle of tactics, which is going to come superior. And Hansi Flick has, I think, already faced Inter before, Simone Inzaghi's Inter before, and he kind of came out of top. And oh no, okay, that's not him. That's Nagelsmann. My bad. So yeah, so it comes on to the weakness of both players. So Inter have lost to high pressing, high intensity teams. Like given they are cohesive, and again you look at the style Flick plays and the style Barca are playing. This is the team that can actually hurt them. Like sit and absorb, and then once they're tired, exploit this thing. And both teams are still, I guess, like league is not confirmed yet, so they will be pushing till the last few match days for the league, as well as going into this thing. So it's as much as I would say tactics also is about man management also, because one thing I forgot to mention in the game against like Barca versus Dortmund is that for some reason these players looked visibly tired, like probably
No,
among
there's no
the
some reason. The reason is very clear.
so very visibly
In
tired.
15 days, they were playing, I don't know,
Yeah,
7 games or something. In the 40 day period, I think they are playing some 14 games or 15 games, which is
yeah,
insane. So
yeah.
there's a reason why they're tired. And I'm not
So
making excuses for them. If you are willing to play at this level, you have to. There's no option
the
in today.
Flick has come out, I think, yesterday or something, stating about this fixture congestion or something. Initially, they didn't have issue, but then recently he just came out, right? So
No, no, there's
let's
a
see
reason also for that because uh, coming to my point, breaking into Jittu again. I don't know why I'm
that.
cutting off Jittu too much today.
It's okay.
Again, the Barcelona's fate completely depends on what players they have available.
Point.
Balde is
Point.
out. Lewandowski is out for the first leg for sure. Lewandowski is out for the Copa del Rey final. Depends on how well this guy Ferran Torres manages there, or who that Victor manages there, Pau Victor.
Yeah.
Again, let's say Lamal has a niggle or Rafinha is tired or whatever, and they have to rest them.
Yeah.
You can rest them to try and save them and all of that, but then again, will they be game fresh for such a big game? You never
Yeah.
know. You don't
So,
know what is going to
again,
happen.
that's what, again, because the league is not done and dusted. Or if Barca managed to, let's say, finish off the league in the next game, like they managed to finish off the league in the next game, okay, there is okay. They can have a little bit more, let it get full on focus on the Champions League. But then that's also not done. It's even worse in Inter's case because Napoli are pushing them all the way through. They are tied on points, although Inter has one game in hand.
But again, in my opinion, Inter are just a better team. Again, they are an experienced group of players. They have an extremely good cohesion within their team. They know the manager's tactics, and they
Yeah.
don't play the same with the same intensity that Barca does. So Barca is again a very good core of players, but this is a new team relatively.
Yeah,
Again,
it's
I
like
have to say
everything
relatively
is
new
a
team. I'm not saying
new
all the
team.
players in it are new. We've had them for 3 years now.
No,
So
it
relatively
is
new.
compared to Inter, it is very new. Even if you look at the average age of the squad, I think Inter has the highest average age. And even when we look at the quarterfinal stage, also most of the players are towards 30 or above 30. Very old players playing in that. Young players are very less. And then you look at Barca, like very few players that are above 30. Most of the players like are very young. Like some of them, like at least like 6 or 7 players are like under 26, 25 and all. Some players are under 20 also. So it's very young squad against a very experienced, like tried and tested, like old players, like who've played for so much experience they have. And there are like even though Inter as a team has not that there are like certain players in that team who actually won the competition and let's say reached on the latter stages, and these players have been playing together also for some time. So compared to Barca, I think what they would actually miss is someone like, let's say, Lewandowski. I think who has won the is he the only player who has like in the current team who has like won the competition?
Yeah. Ter Stegen is injured, so
Just,
technically,
just,
yeah.
just again. So yeah, that these players like in these games will actually they have to lead at least even not like through their gameplay, at least with talking with the players, getting the team around in the half time. So that is all there. And yeah, so again I would come to say just like who else is available. So Inter so far have not been plagued with serious injuries till
Injuries
now.
yet, yeah.
Good man. Yeah, in this yet, and Dumfries is there. So although it could change because again I'm telling, they're still in the hunt for their league, very tight. I think they're still in the Coppa Italia, if I'm not wrong. So they have a lot to play for. So does Barca.
And
So
again,
yeah.
Inter needs to do this, especially because their city rivals are failing so badly. So they need to push them to rub the salt in and put
And
some hot
yeah,
oil on the wound, because
that is going to hurt. Yeah,
you have to kick your opponents when they are down to prove a point. That is just how the world works, and this is the golden chance to say, see,
and this
you
is
guys are
the
struggling, we are winning the UCL. So there's a
yeah,
difference.
and there is a golden chance for Inter to actually make team people take them seriously. Like over the last few, even though they've been consistent, they've been like Atletico Madrid was like a few years before that. You know that they'll run around, reach there, but somewhere you feel like they will not going to win it. The Inter have been that sort of a team. Even when they have reached the final, also that sort of a team.
Agreed.
So this match is like somewhere for them to prove to take them seriously. Okay, we are not some joke anymore. And so yeah, so I think
And
that
again,
pretty
I
much.
think very few teams outside of like the big six in England, Bayern, Dortmund, and now newly Leverkusen and maybe Leipzig. And in Spain, these three teams, the big three, no one actually gets the credit they deserve when they break through. Italian clubs, after Juventus went off and Cristiano left Juventus, we have not actually given credit to Italian clubs.
Any Italian team.
AC
Yeah.
Milan was phenomenal last season. Inter has
AC
been so
Milan,
consistent across
consistent
so
as
many
well.
seasons.
And look at all
And
the
we
other
never give
teams.
them credit.
Other teams like in the other European competitions, your Atalantas, your Romas,
True.
these teams have like Italian teams have actually won. Other than the UCL, they have actually won the other competitions, and UCL also they have actually played well. And probably because it's Inter, and Inter actually their best of Inter was like before the effect of social media came in and the rise of internet, all these things came in. So they don't have like that sort of like fan base, let's say, compared to like Barca and Real. I mean, Barca and Real had big fan bases, but it like multiplied thousands of times, probably because they went on to win titles in the time
Age
frame where
when social media is blooming.
social
Actually,
media was booming and they had superstar players.
I think the only reason Barca has so many fans is, of course, a certain Lionel Messi, but also that they hit their peak around the same time when our generation, this generation, started watching football.
Started watching
So
football, yes.
we are the people who are right now talking about football, spreading football culture everywhere. We are the brand ambassadors of football now.
Yeah.
So when we were growing up, this was the team that was winning. That is why Barca has so many fans.
If you look at someone who started who watched predominantly in the early 2000s to the 2010, they would have different opinion.
Yeah,
Because
they love
landscape was
Liverpool
different.
and AC Milan and all.
Different landscape it was back then. So
And
yeah,
again,
so
there's a generation who came immediately after us who's only seen Real winning consistently, and they're like,
Real and City till this year to some
I
extent.
mean, City and to some extent Chelsea also, because they won it twice in the last, I don't know what, 15 years or something.
So their perspective is going to differ. Like
Different again, yeah.
what
So maybe in the next 5 years, when the next
Barca has
generation
been
of podcasters come on, they'll be saying that the OG club is Chelsea and all that stuff. So it depends. Again, sorry, bro, I cut you off.
that's okay. Like that's what
Finally,
I
prediction. You didn't tell the prediction. We've broken it down.
So prediction. I feel like Inter. It's like so they're since like I have a bad feeling that they will get some serious injury to one of their key players, especially in defense. And as much as I would say about the defense attacking, to some extent, Thuram has not been that great as of recently, especially against both the legs against Bayern. So it's been like Lautaro has been like fully taking up his shoulders. So how long he's going to do? And the reason I'm leaning towards Barca is because of the game. How would I say? Because Barca's league is much more like done and dusted compared to Inter, and the title challenge is much more like tight right now, like especially since Napoli is pushing, and the fact that Napoli does not have Champions League matches in between, and they just have to solely focus on the league. So that there is actual title race actually going on. But this thing, if Barca would have ruined the last, let's say, draw the last game or lost that game against Celta Vigo, then the landscape would have been different. So I'm slightly leaning towards Barcelona, although it could be a 50-50. So it would be a 50-50. Same way that the last game, it would be a 50-50. But I'm slightly leaning towards Barca. So I'm going to an extremely tight scenario in which it's going to be some sort of a cagey game. This is what I see happening. And hopefully we don't get that. We would like to have an entertaining game. And it's about tactics, ideologies clashing, and eventually what I'm going to see is going to extra time in the second leg, where one of the teams, so according to me, it would be Barca, or it is going
If
to
it goes
penalties.
to extra time, Barca is winning. There's no doubt.
Barca is winning, or it is going to penalties. So I'm framing Barca, let's say something like a 1-0 by one goal. Okay, I'm not predicting score by one goal. It could be a 2-1, it could be a 3-2, it could be a 4-3, whichever it is. So more likely it will be a 2-1 or 3-2. More chance of that happening. or on penalties. On penalties, Barca might be able to win. Yeah. So yeah, I'm leaning towards Barca. So what is your take on this?
I mean, see, as the Barcelona fan, fellow Barcelona fans might call me a pessimist, but just from a realistic or an analytic point of view, I would say at home, I think Barcelona will win 2-1. But when they go back to San Siro to play, I don't think there's a chance there. Either
Yeah,
you
it's
beat them comprehensively at home,
comprehensively the
but
same
if
way
you
they
are
did with
going,
Dortmund.
you either beat them comprehensively at home, maybe a 4-0, 5-0,
Yeah.
and then you have a chance. But if it's going to be something close like a 2-1 win or a 1-all draw or something like that, they're definitely going to lose at San Siro. There's no doubt in my mind about that. You can take it in writing from me right now. I will clip this video and put it when we react to the semi-finals. I'm 100% sure they're not going to win at San Siro. So
Okay.
it depends on
Scoreline.
how much they score. Okay, again. So 2-1 first leg to Barca, but I think it'll either be a 3-1 to Inter or it'll be again 2-1 to Inter in the second leg. So it'll be a draw and it'll go to extra time. In extra time, again, that's a different ball game, and I think if it goes to extra time, Barcelona will win. But again, if it's going to be as close as like a 2-1 or something, restricting Inter to not equalize will be a challenge at San Siro. At San Siro, they are a different beast again. So 2-1 first leg to Barca, but again, in my opinion, it will be a 2-1 to Inter at home, or it will be a 1-0 to Inter at home, and then it will go to extra time, in my opinion. But either way, I give like a slight edge to Inter over Barcelona because they've been consistent for so many years. They have that core of players. And another point is they are not faltering that much in their league also. Well, Barca is having these random spikes that go up and down, and they're having these fluctuations. Inter is not. Even if there's a dip, it's just a mild dip, and they're recovering they're recovering quite fast. It's not a valley that they're dropping into. So they have been maintaining that, and it's basically like for the next 3 or 4 weeks they just have to push through somehow, give it their all, and they'll be treble winners. And again, Jitu made this point at the beginning of the video and we haven't addressed it till now. Out of the 4 teams in contention now, 3 have the capacity to be treble winners. And that is an insane stat. Insane stat. We have not had a footballing season like this in I don't know how long.
Three treble winners and 2 teams who are going to win it for the first time
Insane.
ever. So like both things, like teams trying to come back to their prime, teams trying to become like big in the European stage.
Establish
Everything
legacy.
is there. It's like everything. Maybe whatever we get out of this, I think, in general as a neutral fan, you are going to like it.
Oh, you're going
As
to
such, like very very nice. As much as like I remember we made a video regarding the UCL in the beginning in the new format and regarding how tough is on the players. I think that part has been true till now, given all the injuries. And the second thing we made favoring the UCL is like it's going to be very unpredictable and entertaining as such. And to an extent, it has happened. None of the usual suspects are the usual suspects.
I don't think it's to an extent. I think they have actually been really successful. We couldn't predict that such big teams will finish outside the top 8. We did not expect Lille and Aston Villa to reach this far. We didn't expect Aston Villa to stage a comeback against PSG. So in that way, yes. And this has been a slow burn. They have taken off the away goals rule and all of that. And now the competition is actually exciting. It's actually exciting.
Interesting this thing. So, I mean, money wise, good, well done UEFA. But I feel sad for the players. So
I mean, they're also getting paid a GDP of a small country. So I don't sympathize much. Of course, I sympathize on a human level with them, but you're also getting paid more than a lot of us combined together will earn in a lifetime, and you're getting that in like a year. So,
fair enough.
Again, thank you so much for listening to our predictions video. We are going to cut this up into 2 parts, so you'll never know. But thank you so much for listening to our predictions.
We have how many, like 3? This is initially going to be a 2-part video, but now I feel like there's enough content for 3 parts.
Yes, let's go.
Jitu,
so we can again, we are telling you ahead if someone had made it to the end of the video. We are going to be making a video again, going back and talking about our I-League thing. The next video will be about what is happening and how Churchill brothers have been crowned the champions. And I think next recording will be in person. I'll be going to Vellore and
Yeah.
maybe we can record one there if Jitu has time.
And this thing, we also had to like work upon the Super Cup. I think for probably after the first round of matches finish, we'll keep an update on that, or
Sure.
probably like when along with the I League video, we might discuss about there because it's kind of related to what is going on in the I League drama, like the Super
Fair
Cup also.
enough.
So yeah, so that pretty much sums up this UCL reaction video. Thank you for making it till here, and do watch our old videos also. I feel like a lot of people are going back and watching our old videos. Thank you for that. And yeah, if anybody wishes to, like as we started earlier regarding the United and like anyone who can speak unbiased or like give critical
It's not
opinions,
even unbiased. You can be
welcome.
passionate about your club. I just want you
Yeah,
to be rational.
rational, yeah, critical, and if like if you're not like offended too much, please come and talk because we are going to talk unhinged. We talk about our own teams like that. We talk every team like that. Okay, if you've
Fair
noticed
enough.
how we speak, so if you wish to talk, we full and welly invite you. If you suggest anybody, please do like mention in the comments or contact us in our social media or any ways possible. We have given you options to contact us. Please do, yeah, and do subscribe, share, like, and thank you for watching.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye bye.